Okay, hello, Mark here back again. So another kind of update that I was looking at. Somebody was asking me about the they put a memory stick in from Rekorbox that they had exported, and effectively what was happening was the tracks were there but there wasn't any of the playlists there. So there could be a number of options. The reason why that's happening: one, it could be an older version of Rekorbox that you've analysed your tracks on. I think this is, if I remember rightly, when I've got this on at the moment, probably what I need to do is go to help and see what version it is. I think this is 6.82. Yeah, so this is 6.82 at the moment. Okay, so that's the latest version. I'm running it in software mode at the moment because remember I actually said that I had a few bugs or problems on that as well. So what I'm going to do is I've got a Rekorbox memory stick in there. I've got a Rekorbox memory stick in here. And if I go back, so it did have engine library on it as well, new music, contents, but it hasn't got, if I go up and down the list, it hasn't got any kind of playlists on there as well. Now, interestingly enough, this is something that I'd exported from a version. Oh, I got ABBA in there. This was something I exported from a an old version of Rekorbox a while ago. So yeah, I can't quite work out why. So got a database, you know, I didn't think anything would come back in there either. So okay, so there you go. So basically what I've got is I can go into contents and I've got all of my tracks in there, but there is no playlist set up, and I actually did set up some playlists, I seem to remember, on that. So okay, so let's show the difference between one that is formatted. So if I go back to source, USB stop, one thing I noticed about this particular USB stick is it's USB 2. So it's actually really quite slow. Because I noticed it when I was loading the tracks on, it was actually quite slow. Now I've got an SD card in here at the moment, and the SD card is quite fast. So for instance, I did do some importing from Rekorbox, and as you can see, I've actually got playlists, I've got everything sorted out here as well, because I do like to have some form of order as well, like some of the events I've been doing and so on. So there you go, I've got Soul Blessing in there. So I did an event, Soul Blessings, old school, new core, history one as well I did for a gig. And I do like to label these things, and you can see all the artwork coming up over there too as well, and a Father's Day edition as well. So there's a bit of old school house and so on and so forth, and there's my friend Andrea Spohr there as well. Okay, Paradise Garage Studio 54, that's a nice one as well. I'm going to do something like that, I think, coming up this week as well on the show. Anyway, right, 3 minutes of waffle. Right, so as I said, this memory stick, I did put it in. It was formatted by an older version of Rekorbox, and for some reason it wasn't actually working and didn't show. It just showed the tracks on it. So this here is my terabyte SSD. It's a terabyte SSD, 1 terabyte SSD Extreme. It's a toughened device as well, so it does take a bit of a battering. I think I've got quite a few tracks on there as well. If I just literally put that in the back and then go to my source, I'll just see it load. It does take a few seconds to load because obviously it's a terabyte drive. There you go, comes in. USB, let's go into that. And then straight away, what I've got down here, I do have my playlists that I'd set up on that as well. So they're pretty much very similar to what I've got. I have multiple copies of things all over the place for a very good reason. So there you go, MMP at Studio 54. So I've got a couple of those shows, so I could actually do some of those. There's an Origins show in there as well. Yeah. So a lot of this is basically, I noticed it's the way the drive was formatted. Rekorbox, it was an older version, this one. And by the way, you know, I've got to say I am quite liking the fonts on this as well. Oh, there you go. I actually had a wedding. Now, it was only 4 tracks because we were doing a virtual event during lockdown. So that was actually during lockdown. And I just had to say, you've got 4 tracks to pick up. I've got A Feeling, Hey Ya, Dancing Queen and Giants. So there you go. So I did notice that. So let me just pick a track, right? I haven't got the headphones plugged in, so you won't be able to hear it. So I won't get any of the copyright police jumping up and down going, as they usually do. And I'll put, oh, look at that, Soul with a capital S. Now it's an absolute classic, absolutely wicked. Right, so I'm playing that at the moment, and also what I've got is on the second deck. So if I then go right on the second deck, I'm going to pick something from the SD card. Let's do SD card, and then I'm going to then pick Fat Larry's Band, Outstanding Act. It's another tune. And it's saying PC connected, but what I can do is I can override that. Oh, there you go. It's saying media file is collapsed or unavailable. That happens sometimes, and I think it's just like anything when you've got a mixture of tracks. Let's see if that goes on there as well. No, maybe it's actually that folder. I don't know. So this is actually on there, and I know I did have some. If I go into that USB, I can guarantee I'll probably find something that. Give your body up to the music. It's a nice bit of disco. Okay, so right, so I've got these tracks on here. Gosh, that's 9.5. So I've got these tracks on here, and they are now playing off of the hard drive. I've got it in 3-band colour as well, which is really nice. It would be playing away, you would hear it, but obviously I haven't got any headphones on. It's got all my cue points on there too as well, and if I want any FX and so on and so forth, then I literally can then bring it up here. I can also activate it here, but I've also got like colour effects on here as well. Colour effects, and you can actually check and select the colour effects, and I can scroll through those as well if needs be. But I'm not doing that at the moment because this is just about selecting the source. Right, okay, so I want to try and keep this under 10 minutes today. Right, so got a track playing, just finished playing off a track here as well. So if I just do that, so I've just imagine then I've just finished playing this track, and what I want to do is I now want to use this over here. And what I can do at the moment is, it's not connected, but I've actually got it connected via cable. So this is now giving me an option. So if I had Tidal over here, potentially what I could do is I could go in and pick Tidal. I think I've deactivated my Tidal because I haven't done Tidal. Let's see, yeah, it's saying log in. So I've got Tidal here, so I could log in to Tidal and then basically pick my tracks and so on and so forth. But I'm not going to do that today. So anyway, right, okay, I've got a track here, and it's not actually on here. So that you can see Give Your Body Up to the Music, Club Mix, which is actually a big disco tune as well. I love that. And that's over there, Shazzy, completely different track. So what I'm now going to do, just to show you about its multiplicity, simplicity, and whatever it is, I'm now picking, so this is, I've picked my machine, and what I'm doing is I'm able to actually go up and down, and you can actually see it over here starting to scroll, because now what I've done is I'm now taking control of this here, so I can actually use that and go through here. So in theory, this is one of the reasons why I actually like the BPM and key and so on and so forth, because you can actually pick up. So let me just, so this one I'll go into here, I keep forgetting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it into that track. Now it says now playing, press rotary selector to continue or back. So I'm going to press that and then press the load button. Now I keep forgetting. Yeah. So software control. So it's a standalone. It's a software control, and I'm also using the machine over here as my Rekorbox library. Now, okay, what I am going to do is I was going to try something else. I was going to try it in export mode, and I did try it, but one of the things I noticed was the speed, the latency. So the latency one, I'm going to measure it in another session. but I just wanted to show you that. 10 minutes of the Omnis Duo and from London town. Lovely. Thanks guys.